Hey everybody, it's Shelley Hoffman, and I'm here today with Meg Van Patten, who you probably recognize from the Baldwinsville Public Library that we have here in the village. And Meg, I know we were all excited when you had curb service, but there's a lot more happening at the library now, right?
Yes, we still have the curb service for those who prefer it that way. But starting the 6th of July, we are able and allowed to have people come in the building. Based on the state guidelines, it's a percentage of our occupancy space. So based on that, we can have up to 25 patrons in here at one time.
Wow.
What the preferred way to do it is if you make a reservation ahead of time. So if you go to the library website, bville.lib.ny.us, and go to our programs page where the calendar of programs is listed, most of what you're going to see are to book an appointment. And you can either book just to come in the library, or you can book to use a computer. The reason why we do the computer separate is because of what we have to do with social distancing. We had to take some of our public computers out of service because we have 3 rows of computers. So the one on each end of the first row and the third row are available, and the one in the middle of the second row. So we can have 5 people at a time. We've only had, I think, 2 hours where we actually hit 5 people. Most of the time it's been probably 2 or 3. And then also the 20 people that can walk in. So you can make the appointment to come in, and the appointments are on the hour. So 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, etc. But you can make the appointment for 9 and come at, 9:10. And if you want to take a chance and walk in, you can do that. And if we haven't hit our 20, we can let you in. Otherwise, you would have to wait. So if you want to be sure of a slot to do that, make the appointment first. We so far have not hit the max, but as the word starts to spread a little more, at some point we may do that. So having an appointment will assure you. And we do have things. People do have to wear a mask when they enter the building, which is only by the parking lot. We did not open the street entrance.
Okay.
Parking lot entrance, and you have to have a mask on. We take your temperature. We have the hand sanitizer there, or right there are the public restrooms if you wanted to wash your hands. We've left the doors of the public restrooms open for less contact. The inside doors when you come into the building are also propped open, so as little hand contact with that sort of thing as possible. For the 6-foot distancing within the building, like when people are in line to check out, I had contacted way back the gentleman who installed our carpet and said, what can we do that won't ruin the carpet or, start to pull up and people trip hazard? He came up with a brilliant idea because we have carpet tiles, carpet squares. He said, you have extras, right? And I said, yes. He said, well, we can remove part of a tile and put a different contrast and color in there wherever you want the markings. And then later, if you want to remove it, you just take it up, put your spare tile in. So I said, good. And he donated the services, so we appreciate that.
Nice.
And he came up with an even better idea later on. What they did was he had 2 of his crew come in. They had a metal template with the outline of 2 footprints.
Okay.
And we got red carpet squares, and they cut feet out of the red carpet squares. Then they laid the template on the carpet square where we needed the marking to be, cut it out, removed that piece of the carpet, put the red footprints in. So they're in part of the carpet, level with the rest, secure like the rest of the carpet. No trip hazards, anything like that. So every place we identified where we needed 6-foot markings, which was the checkout desk, the reference desk, the photocopier, things like that, so that it's very clear. I heard somebody the other day, some little kid trying to, he didn't need to get in line, but he just liked that, and he was putting it on the footprints, the right footprints. So we've done that. Our custodian did a phenomenal job of creating the shields. I didn't want something that just sits on a checkout desk or reference desk, because I was in a store a while ago where they had that, and as I took my stuff, it brushed a little bit against it and it knocked it over and whacked me in the forehead. And the clerk said, "Oh, that's the second time today that happened." So our custodian did a phenomenal job. Some are hanging from the ceiling and others with the plexiglass and wood strips that he painted white so it looks a little better. He's created the shields that are not on the desk to get fallen over on somebody. They're like against the desk or they're hanging from the ceiling. And it has a little cutout so you can slip something under in terms of your books and things. So protecting staff and patrons at the same time. We have hand sanitizer all over the place. We have spray bottles. We bought the concentrate of cleaning materials that are recommended in terms of like the best ones for this type of situation. So all the different areas of the library, the offices, the checkout desk, the table at the front door where people come in, the reference desk, the staff has a clipboard and they log every time they clean, and they clean regularly everything. We put plastic sleeves over the keyboards because you can't spray them or the stuff gets down in between the keys and ruins the keyboard. And by the same token, anything can get down between keys. So it's a clear plastic cover over it. We just got yesterday the hand wipe dispensers that are at the entrance. So, and they're shipping the hand sanitizer that you just put your hand under, the automatic freestanding ones. So we've been really, what I did was Nancy Howe, the assistant director, I had her put together a committee of herself, another librarian, 2 clerks, and one of the daytime pages. They're the ones that shelve books and things. And they worked out all the details and the plans based on the research we get, the conversations I've had, Zoom meetings 2 or 3 times a week with the other library directors in the system. So between us all, we've really figured out the different ways to do things. So, and we made the aisles one way. So there's one-way signs, so you go down or up. And with all the new stuff, because as we were closed, the librarians were still ordering the new materials, especially you want to make sure you get the bestsellers and things. So, we've got lots of new material on the new bookshelf for people to come look at, check out. When people want to pick stuff up, they can call. You can go on the computer with your library card, your PIN, and put the material on reserve. And then you'll get notified when they're available. Or you can call, ask for an information reference desk. The librarian will help find what you're looking for. If it's not here, put it on hold for you. If it's here, they'll grab it, take it off the shelf, ask when you want to come, and put it up on the hold shelf for you to pick up. When you come to do curbside pickup, you get to the parking lot, you call, you say, "I'm here, I'm in a blue Equinox, and I want to pick up my holds." And a staff person with glove and mask will bring them out. We ask that you do have mask on when you pick your stuff up. We also, now that we're open for people to come in, so we also took 2 spots near the parking lot entrance and marked them with signage that those are curbside pickup.
Okay.
To try to reserve them for those so that somebody doesn't have to park way the far end of the lot. And they can just come in, pull into one of those spots. Also, please always still put all your materials that you're returning in the book drop, with a couple exceptions of a couple large things that can't go in the book drop. And those will go into quarantine in the story hour room for 4 days. The Institute of Museum and Libraries commissioned a study looking at library materials, books with plastic covers, paperbacks, board books, all these different things, and tested them. And anything that they put a virus on stayed anywhere from a few hours to a little over 3 days. So that's why we're doing a 4-day quarantine.
Okay.
And we are borrowing still from other libraries. They're all open for curbside pickup. Some are not yet open for walking in, but are working on that. So if it's at another library, we can still borrow for you. The delivery comes 3 days a week. So
nice. You're getting there. I got to tell you, Meg, it's like you guys had enough time to pick the best situation from, there are some businesses that had to figure out this social distancing, the panels and all that instantly. Since you guys have time, honestly, I'm kind of intrigued to go to the library to see the red footprints, to see the way you have the stuff hung down. But it sounds pretty safe. So those of you that follow my page, you might see red footprints at one point with a tag to the library on it, because I might be making an appointment to stop in. Plus, I owe you some books, so it'd be a win-win.
Sure, definitely, yes. And like I say, the networking between the other libraries in our system. The library system directors meet once a month, so we were meeting for a while via Zoom once a week. Plus the entire system, so the system administration, the branch heads from the city libraries and all, we've been doing the Zoom meetings twice a week. And like I say, really sharing information. And we have a couple of sources of people that have expertise in this area of environmental health, safety kinds of things that have been able to also guide us with things. And of course, in the professional literature, there's been a lot too. So that it's all those pieces together, and then having that committee that Nancy chaired, and they came up with a plan, and I reviewed it, and then we took it to the board. A safety plan. You actually need to have it for the state. You don't have to submit it, but you have to have it if they come and ask to see one. And so that really helped. And by having librarians, clerks, and pages on the committee, you had the staff people that have the perspective from different aspects of library service, from reference, circ desk, on the floor, everything. And that, so all those pieces together really helped.
No, I bet they did. You said that you have a couple new services or products at the library now?
Yes. Also, and before I forget too, I want to mention that we are not having any in-person programming yet.
Okay.
Probably not till after Labor Day. Same with booking the meeting rooms. But we are there virtually, including the summer reading. And the children's librarian's doing a story time once a week online and a craft. The other day she taught them how to use bubbles, like how you blow bubbles, how to make the mix if you don't have bubbles.
Okay.
And coloring it and doing art with it. So it was pretty cool. And you could see all that on the library's Facebook page.
Nice.
So we've had graphic novels for quite a while for the teens and the kids. Nancy Howe buys the adult fiction material and large print and biographies. She started seeing reviews. So she is now starting a graphic novel section for adults. So adult reading interest, but sort of like a comic book in book form, novel form. So that'll be new. And I have here, do you know what this is?
That's Prince. I know Prince. That's a big record, right?
It is. It's a vinyl record. We are now circulating vinyl records.
Cool.
Now, I've heard kids sometimes say, oh, that's a really big CD. Well, no, it's a vinyl record that you play on the old-fashioned record players. And if you don't have one, don't worry. We have our Victrola.
Oh, nice.
So you can check this out with your library card. We have one at the moment, and if it proves popular enough, we can always buy more. And it also has the little disc here, so that if you've got 45s, which I still have some. When I was in high school, I went to high school at a Catholic school downtown, and waiting for the city bus to go home, Singer Sewing was right there, and they sold 45s in the front of the store. So I have a bunch of them. And like I say, you just need your library card to check it out. You ask for it at the desk. It's at the desk. It comes with a bag that has all of the power cords you need, and it's Bluetooth enabled so that you can connect it to whatever device you might have. And so we have a small selection of records, and the collection will grow as she buys more and more. So
Nice.
when I started at Baldwinsville in 1979, we had a large record collection, which we don't have those particular ones anymore. But I was told, oh, there's a new collection, and you need to get that collection ready to go out. And it was audio cassette tapes. So we've sort of gone back a ways in a new way, in new form. But the young adult librarian, Daniel Swade, came to me with the idea. She said she's seeing more and more, and it's a lot of interest. And she, being young, is up on a lot of that stuff. So,
well, I can concur with that, Meg. My daughter actually has that player. I mean, she connects to Bluetooth because we don't have any records, but she said she wants to start getting records. So maybe we'll try some at the library first and make sure she wants them before I start tracking down, records somewhere.
Definitely. So you never know what's going on here, and those are our newest things.
Nice.
It's the graphic novels and then the records of the Bluetooths. We also still have the garden kits that you can check out for kids that the garden club did. So in the bag, there's a couple of books themed with gardening. There's a little spray bottle for water and a little, those pots that are kind of paper, but not quite, and the dirt and seeds. They check it out. They read the books. They take the dirt and the seeds and pot it in that little pot, and they keep that. Just return the books, the bag that it's in, and the little spray bottle, and then we have extra dirt and seeds they gave us, and then we have the rhythm kits too. So
what are those again? Meg, what was the second type kit you said? You have the what
rhythm kits. So it's got cymbals and bells and a tambourine, and
I blocked that out for a reason, Meg. Now I remember why. Yeah, that's cool. That's nice you guys have those.
Yep.
Well, great. I mean, do you see any additional changes needing made as we keep going through? If Governor Cuomo makes okay, you can have more people, or you guys kind of stick with this for a while? Because like you said, 25 is a good number, but I've been in your library where there's quite a few people, walking around, and summer people are outside, but come fall and winter, you see more people in the library like that,
Yes, and definitely whenever this program's going on, there's a lot more. Of course, normally right now in the summer, we'd be very busy. Last summer, the children's librarian, she had movies on Monday and craft on Tuesday and something else on Wednesday and Thursday, which brought a lot of people in. And then we had all the various programs. Obviously, we had to not have a few art exhibits. The August art exhibit looks like it is a go. Right now, the walls are bare because by the time we start opening, we had to see how things go. So we had to postpone the July exhibit. But the August exhibit, Mike Conway is a retired art teacher from the school district, and he's been teaching art to the seniors at Canton Woods.
Yep.
And he had during the winter them do a painting project. And so they're going to display those paintings. I emailed him and said, we can do it now for August. I said, unfortunately, we can't do the art reception at this point, but we can at least have them. He could come in and hang their paintings. So he's working with them now to gather that up, and hopefully we'll have that up for August. Our Comic-Con, of course, that can't happen this year, as many other large social events. But yes, as the governor, and the things too, like, okay, 25 people at a time, but even when we've had as many as 18 people sign up for an hour, they're not always all here at once.
Yeah.
They'll come in, get their stuff, and leave, or whatever. A few people have been studying in the study rooms, and we also, all the furniture got moved, and some furniture is being stored in the story room at the moment, again, to allow for the social distancing. So the study rooms, the little ones, only one person instead of four. The bigger one, only two at either end of the table instead of six. And the study rooms have been used for individuals that are doing, just working on whatever it is they're working on, study, whatever. And as the governor increases that percentage of the number of people we can have in at once, we can extend that in terms of how many reservations we can have in at once. So we're just keeping an eye on what the state is saying, what the county is saying in terms of guidelines, and just keeping up to date on that and making the adjustments as needed. Just like if for some reason, and hopefully it never happens, things go in the reverse and we have to do a reverse, we will do that. We'll just, like I said, keep an eye on what's happening. And we're keeping up on the literature and the discussion with the other libraries of what and how, so that we can be prepared as best we can.
Yeah. And that's really all you can do, is just kind of wait and see. But you most likely, Meg, you'll probably see me pop into the library. Maybe not this week, because I think I'm heading back down to Pittsburgh, but within the next 2 weeks. So, well, thanks. Is there any last minute things you were thought about that we didn't cover that you want to mention out to?
Just our hours. We are open till 9 on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we probably won't start opening back again till 9 until after Labor Day. And then after Labor Day, hopefully our normal of opening on Sundays after Labor Day. We don't do Sundays in the summer anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, we're here, and we're always here virtually. Our email, our website, our Facebook page, Twitter. Website, Facebook, and Twitter are great ways to keep up as to what's happening, what's going on. So do check us out through those for updates. And as always, call, and when we're open, we're here, and we'll help you whatever we can over the phone.
Okay, perfect. Well,
and
Meg,
don't file your census form if you haven't already.
I did do that. That I'm definitely on the ball with, but because you were there originally to help people with it. Can people now come in again to get help with the census form?
Yes, they can.
Okay, good.
Yes, because the census is really important. I've talked to a bunch of different people who have said, "Oh, I thought it was just a number count," but it determines the number of representatives in Congress. It is the basis for many things in terms of grants and funding for government, libraries, schools, all of these different places. And that's why it's important to not be undercounted.
Yeah, no, I agree. We did a lot of, and you talked about it before too, whenever, before COVID, when it first happened, and then it was almost like it went away because, there were so many other things going on. But especially now with things having to reopen and the schools, and we definitely want to make sure that everybody knows how many people we have here in Baldwinsville, Onondaga County,
Yeah.
Perfect. So, all right, Meg, well, it was nice talking to you this morning. Like I said, you'll probably see me. I like the library. But
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will chat with you soon. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.